All right, I want to make this video to get out some thoughts I had on a recent video of mine getting rated M, and I want to talk about it because I don't see a lot of other YouTubers talk about what that means to their channel and the implications of that, and I think they're actually huge, and so I think a lot more of us should be talking about it. So I just wanted to give my experience, and I hope other YouTubers do as well. I also think that I have a few things that maybe some of you haven't heard of, not just the audience, but creators as well, that I think could be useful. So we're going to talk about a few things. Number one, how you can know you're rated M, what it meant for my channel, and what I think it means for your channel. And then just talk about sort of the future of YouTube and stuff. This is really informal. I'm kind of doing this off the cuff, but it's really got me kind of bothered, so I just wanted to put down my thoughts. So let's start with how I knew I was rated M, because I think that's something a lot of people don't know. First of all, what is rated M? It's a secret rating. It's an invisible rating, both to the audience and to creators. This is not the same as an age gating. Being rated M is an invisible tag that you cannot see. It does not affect, you don't have to click a sign in button in order to see the content. But what it does mean is that it is not going to be shown to a lot of your audience. And I'll unpack that a little bit. But first, how do we know it's real? So first of all, on the ad side of YouTube, you can clearly see that advertisers are selecting for these ratings. And then we've had these huge expositions from people like CeeLo and Nerd City. I mean, a lot of great work has been done here, so I don't want to go through that. But let's talk about how I knew my video was rated M. So first we have to talk about two things. The two most important things to views on YouTube, because I was really shocked when my most recent video about vaping versus smoking did so poorly because of how well it was doing in the analytics side. So there are basically two ways of knowing how well your video is going to do. Watch time, how long people are watching, and then click-through rate. You know, if they get shown your thumbnail, are they going to click yes or no binary? So why was I surprised? I was surprised because my analytics were great. The video was doing super well. It as far as the click-through rate, it was 10%, that's a great click-through rate for me especially. I don't have great click-through rate. And then watch time was incredible. I think it's 7 minutes and 55 seconds or something right now. But anything around the 7 to 8 minute mark is fantastic. So I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a huge video. This is going to be an incredible video. That's better than most of my analytics for my videos that have hit 1 million views. So this video, if anything, is going to hit 500,000, 1 million views at least. So you can understand why I was confused when the video just died at 140,000 views. I mean, you can see right here, it was a pretty average performing video, and then it just doesn't get spread beyond the audience, my subscribers who are already watching it. It just doesn't get spread like most of my videos. And so eventually, when my average performing, not great, but average video would do 300,000 views in that time period, this one is at 141,000 views. And so, yeah, that's when I knew something was up. But then I figured out what actually was driving the thing to fail, okay? And it's right here. So if you look at impressions, by the way, you can do this at home. So if you're wondering if your video is rated M, you can kind of check this, okay? So you can see impressions, how they led to watch time. So YouTube recommended this, but this is what's important right here. So you see how it says recommended on homepage versus recommended on watch page? Okay, so 50% of the views came from the watch page. What is that? That's when you're watching YouTube, and it shows you the new videos that you should watch. All right, so pay attention to that. 50% of my views came from the watch page on that video. All right, and that's kind of a little high for me. I looked at my overall, and overall I get my about 25% of my views from the watch page. So now let's go back to my video and let's see what my watch page numbers are. 1.8%. Bear in mind, average is 26%. A really good video on the watch page is 50%. 1.8%. Nobody's seeing it. YouTube just refuses to show it. And so that's when I realized that my video had been rated M, because when people are talking about the M rating, what that means is that imagine YouTube's thinking of who to show stuff to. When something's rated M, it means they don't want to show it to somebody who doesn't want to see it. And so YouTube's really hesitant to show rated M videos on the watch page, on pages where people aren't expecting to see mature content. And so that's how I realized, that's why the video is doing so bad. It got rated M, and so YouTube's just suppressing the ever-living hell out of it. Okay, so the point of this is not woe is me. It's not poor me, poor me, poor me. The point of this is that, number one, getting rated M really matters to your video's success. I mean, that was, in terms of metrics, my best video, I think, ever. I haven't checked every video, but that's like my best video ever, or at least as good as it gets. So I've made my best content ever, and I get some of the worst views I've ever gotten. So that's like a takeaway. I mean, don't get rated M. But now I want to talk about what that means for the platform, though, right? Like, this doesn't just impact me. Obviously, a lot of other creators are going through a lot worse than I am on this front. Let's take a step back and think about what this has effectively done. Creators like me have no way of knowing what content will get them rated M. We have no clue. YouTube doesn't allow us that insight, and we don't know when we're rated M, except by inferring it because our best video ever does so poorly. And so what does that do to creators? Well, it makes us really conservative, because I hate to be this way, because on the one hand, I just believe in quality, whatever. But on the other hand, I make things to be seen. And if they can't be seen, I don't see the point in putting a month's effort into it. And so if you asked me, are you going to make another vaping video again? It was it's an important topic. I really believe it could affect millions of lives. No, I won't. I can't. I cannot, right? Because not only was it demonetized, I also had a sponsor on that video. This is just like a fun inside YouTube thing. And my sponsored video didn't hit its numbers, right? Like, you have to promise how many views it's going to get, whatever. And my sponsored video didn't hit its numbers. Not because of what I did, but because of what YouTube did. So not only is YouTube not paying me, they're affecting the relationship I have with these other people that are paying me. And so I cannot afford that, as someone who's supporting himself with YouTube, for that to happen again. And so not only will I not make a vaping video, which is an important conversation to have, by the way, also, I don't think I'll be taking on edgy content in general. Like, why would I? Why would I try to? And again, I don't mean edgy in the sense of like needlessly edgy. I mean important, like a topic of suicide. That's really important. Probably sensitive, probably going to get rated M. Topics of opioid addiction. That's a video I wanted to do. Really thinking about, canning that video. If it gets rated M, I'm screwed. I have to gamble the dice, and I have no way of knowing whether it's going to be approved through YouTube's little system or not. And so this has a real impact on not just the work that I do, but I know it affects other people too. When they have their videos that don't do so well, they realize, people must not be interested in it. And it's maybe not that people aren't interested, it's that YouTube refuses to show it. And so the conversation is just killed, because the useful commentators who could maybe spend time on it because they're getting paid to spend time on the topic now will not get paid on it, so they won't make a video on it, so no one's watching it, and no one's watching it anyway because YouTube's not recommending it. And so the important conversation that should have been had cannot be had because of this M tag. And I want to summarize this talk with a very interesting idea, and I think my channel is an interesting case study, that getting rated M on YouTube affects more than just your younger than 18 audience, because I think that's what a lot of people think. Oh, well, of course we don't want drug taking, shown to kids, whatever. Like, we don't want sensitive content before they're ready. Okay, I get that, and I'm fine with that. But getting rated M affects a lot more than your young audience. And the reason I know this is that I don't have a very young audience, right? So let's go to lifetime analytics, and we're gonna go to who's watching my videos. Because as you'll see, it's not young people. 13 to 17 year olds, 6.2%. Around 5% of my views are coming from the people who ideally shouldn't be watching M-rated content. Everybody else is older than that and should be completely fine with watching M-rated content. So here's the golden question. Why is a channel who should, in theory, be the perfect candidate for a mature rating? Because my audience is mature, right? So it shouldn't really affect me. Why is my video getting affected so much? Why are my views getting throttled so much? As I said, most of my other videos with these kind of analytics have gotten 500,000 to 1 million views. And of course, also we have the evidence of it just not being shown on the watch page. So why is that, right? Like, my target demographic, the people who YouTube is always showing my videos to, are over 18. Like 95% are over 18. So there's something going on with whatever method YouTube is using to soft block videos that are like have sensitive content in them, where they're not even going out to your mature audience. And that's what's weird. That's what I really have a problem with. Not when YouTube doesn't show what they determine to be a mature video about a video essay about vaping. I don't know why that's mature, but anyway, excluding that as a problem, you know, I have a mature audience. Why isn't my mature audience seeing my mature piece of content? It doesn't make any sense. And this needs to be addressed like now. Mature content creators are some of the backbone of your platform. And this is severely affecting not just the views of maybe audiences they shouldn't be shown to, but views of audiences they should be shown to and that want to see their content. So please fix this, YouTube. If you're listening, knock, knock, knock. Fix this problem. Change the way you show mature content. Show it to the people who want to see it. Please. It's killing my ability to make interesting videos about content that is controversial. And it's killing other creators' ability to do the same. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about my experience, talk about how you can know if you're rated M, and just get this sort of out to the community. Hopefully somebody can, you know, I don't know. We can just continue the conversation. There's not a really happy way to end this because the problems don't seem to be solved very fast at YouTube. And it's hard to get noticed. So yeah, I'm just going to end it.